Okay. Kazuki's making weird noises. What's going on? Mm-hmm. It was after school in the club room, and the twilight streamed in through the open windows. Kazuki was in the corner playing ESO2 and making weird noises. Her battle didn't seem to be going well, and she was making oddly sexy noises. Oh, yes, of course. I hope no one outside of the room got the wrong idea. I heard a small knock on the door.
ってお前もか。こそこそ覗いてないでさっさと入ってこいって。
大丈夫？お邪魔じゃない？
だから何がお邪魔なんだよ。
廊下の向こうまで聞こえてるよ、花ちゃん。
今忙しいから話しかけるなってさ。
たくすごいね。花ちゃん検定があればすぐに1級とか取れるね。
そんなもんいらん。
私のことなんてどうでもいいのねって怒ってるぞ。
違う。私のこと勝手に話題にすんなだ。
すごいすごい。
Sarika smiled and clapped. For some reason, she was really happy.
あれ、今日のんちゃんは？
生徒会しばらく休んでたから仕事が溜まってるらしい。
川原のやつが来て今日は新聞部には渡さないとさ。
おお、これは争奪戦だね。よーし、タク、のんちゃんを奪いに行こ
いや、いいよ。
I didn't want any more trouble with the student council, or Kawahara more specifically.
う。うわー、久しぶりにダメなタクに戻った。せっかくかっこよかったのに。
You're back to being a loser.
なんだそれ。
だってあんな怖い能力を使う人と対決したり、病院の地下へ潜入したり、とにかく事件を追ってるタクはかっこよかったよ。
Now it's over, so...
そうか。
Sarika only likes us when we put our life in danger, you know? Kurusu got super mad at me and told me not to go chasing after danger, though. But now, that all seemed like the distant past. Even though it hadn't even been a week.
本当に事件はもう終わったんだよ。
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I mean, I'm not convinced, but... That night, the 23rd, when there had been no murder, the rest of the world had started to declare that the return of the new generation madness was over. But I still hadn't believed it then. I thought that it wasn't over it at all. But the next day, I heard shocking news from Shinjo. Minamisawa Senri, the woman who threatened us so much, was found burnt to death in her condo. Very ironic death. Oh, okay, I guess we told her as well. I was thinking, like, that is an ironic death. Was there any other victims that died ironically? It doesn't seem like it. I guess maybe leaky noise, you know? Like her recording her voice, you know, and putting it in her stomach. But that's not really ironic. In fact, she was gonna do that anyway, you know, record her voice in like a speaker. I'm trying to think. I don't think so, because I think the fact that she burnt herself to death, maybe that wasn't the thing that killed her. You know? Maybe... like, it was the rebar that killed her, and then she realized she was dying, and then she burned herself or something? That's kind of weird, but I don't know. I'm just not convinced, you know? That I don't know. It's gotta be like a sumo. Maybe because I'm thinking maybe the sumo, because Kunosato Mio was like she was looking for a sumo sticker probably, right? Or any kind of clue relating her to like something. But probably what happened is that the sticker got burnt up, right? And she was like burning alive, and that probably wasn't part of the plan. I'm thinking, but I don't know.
僕も有村の映像を確認した。間違いない。
I'd spent a long time thinking that night, but in the end, I had no choice but to tell Kurusu about her death. When I told her, her eyes went wide, and then she looked down silently. Her long hair hid her face, and I couldn't see her expression.
なんて言っていいかわからないけど、
これで。これで終わったのね。もうタクルやユイを襲うような犯人はいなくなったのね。
だと思うって新庄さんは。
そう。よかった。
She raised her head, her eyes were a little wet, but she was quietly smiling. The police still hadn't made any announcement about a suspect in the killings being burnt to death. Not only was Minamisawa Senri a minor, but she may have been driven to the crime by Chaos Child Syndrome, the form of PTSD experienced by young survivors of the Shibuya earthquake. Shinjo has said it was an extremely delicate matter. And since the circumstances of her death were so strange, the forensics people were getting nowhere. There was an internal war over how the police should release the information. By the way, Chaos Child Syndrome, wasn't it ever explained? I mean, they explained it just then. Yeah, I guess as a form of PTSD, but like... So like, did they define it in the tips list? Chaos Child Syndrome? You know, again, like, they give a bunch of definitions to just random things, but... They don't give like certain definitions to things I really want to have explained, such as Chaos Child Syndrome is not here. I don't see it. New Generation Man. I guess that's like... That's relevant. New brutal serial killings. I've learned, by the way, well, it's a minor spoiler, but basically, the New Generation Madness is a thing that happened in Chaos Head, basically. The prequel to this game. The thematic prequel, anyway. And again, I feel like it depends. Like, I feel like it really is, like, Chaos Head and Chaos Child, they are, you know, standalone in the sense that the characters that appear in Chaos Head, they don't come back to Chaos Child, as far as I know. But there is some small links, I guess, that might give you a bigger picture of the story. But basically, the New Generation Madness is something that was more explored in Chaos Head. A group died, pregnant man, crucified, vampire, brain dead, yummy ham, delinquent puzzle, I guess, DQN puzzle. I believe, I could explain it now, but basically, group dive is a bunch of people, you know, committed group suicide, they jumped out the building. Pregnant man is a guy who got a fetus stuck in him, I guess, and then he died like that, like he got his belly, you know, cut open, and somebody put a fetus inside him and, you know, sewed it back up. Crucified is some guy in an alley, I guess. Got, I guess, well, you remember the picture, he got, like, you know, crucified, you know, basically, you know, just like Jesus Christ, I guess, is the idea. A bunch of knives, you know, it looked like he was in that position anyway. Vampire was that green guy in the bath washroom stall, I guess, where got all his blood sucked out, and somehow he turned green because of that. I don't know how that works, but I guess you turn green, you know, when you get your blood sucked out. Brain dead is that I believe that's that doctor. I don't know, was it a doctor or a scientist, somebody like that, who got their, you know, brain scooped out by a spoon. Yummy hand. That was the one I didn't really understand, but I kind of looked it up, basically. So a brief description is the fact that someone ate their hand, basically. Very similar to the prologue, where somebody cut their arm off and ate it. You know, something like that. But then in this situation, they, I guess, ate their hand, or, you know, bit parts of it off and then died. And then DQN puzzle. DQN, basically, you know, delinquents. I believe was that picture of a bunch of people who got like tied to like a tower or whatever, and they all died because they got their torso, ripped off or something like that. So those are the deaths, Of course, it goes into more detail in Chaos Head, but that's like a brief summary, which I feel like, as far as I remember, they didn't really go, they didn't go through in this game. So there you go. It's a brief description of New Generation Madness. Anyway, whoop. And let's see. And since the circumstances of her death were so strange, the forensics people were getting nowhere. There was an internal war over how the police should release the information. It seemed to me that the fact that she was a human test subject at the AH Tokyo General might have played a role too. If she became famous, the media and internet might start looking into her past, and they might find out about the human experiments. It would make sense if someone wanted to avoid that was putting pressure on the police.
おい、宮代？
え？あ、悪い。なんだ？
あれ、どうするよ？
Ito pointed to the map on the wall.
片付けるか？もう使わないかもしれないし。
I stood in front of it again. The map was crammed with all the information we gathered so far. It all looked faded, like something that had happened a long time ago.
ああ、そうか。
I found 2 photographs in the map that I'd completely forgotten about. The 6 and 7 incidents in the New Generation Madness, Yummy Hand and DQN Puzzle, yeah, that's what I was talking about just now. The notes next to them read October 28th and November 4th.
今日って28日なんだよな。
そうだな。
Ito nodded. He seemed to know what I meant. I mean, I guess when I think about it, Yummy Hand, I guess it makes sense. That the person, ate their hand. I just didn't think about it because I couldn't tell what this meant just by looking at the picture. It's like, it looks like a zombie hand or something, but no, it's just somebody, it's just a normal day where someone ate their hand. Don't worry about it. And then I saw another note I stuck up there in my own handwriting. It was one I've been thinking about ever since I was told about Minami-sawa Senri's death. There's always a tongue twister saying her name, Minami-sawa Senri. Serial killer equals multiple people, including pyrokinetic.
事件は終わったんだろうか。本当に。
終わったって言ってるぜ、みんな。それにさ、もし他に犯人がいるなら、23日だって南沢千里に代わってそいつが事件を起こしたはずだろ。
ああ、なるほど。
けど実際は何も起こらなかった。ってことはこの可能性は消えたってことじゃないのかな。
Ito took the note off the map.
もうやめようぜ。なんつうかさ、副部長が辛いと思うんだ。俺。
うん、そうだね。しんちゃんの言う通りかも。
ね。
そっか。
Just real quick, what did he say exactly again? I don't know, I'm just like stuck at this point. Like, is it really over? That's what it says. If there was another killer, they should have done something on the 23rd, since Minami-sawa Senri didn't, right? Yeah, that's what I'm stuck on. It's like, if Senri died on the 23rd, technically, that means it is another killer, right? But no. Anyway. I remembered Kurisu's sad eyes when I told her about Minami-sawa Senri's death.
わかった。こいつの役目はここで終わりにしよう。
I slowly removed the map. Well, it's gone. It's all gone.
なんかいきなり壁がすっきりしちゃったね。
ずっとここにあったからな。
ねえ、また何か事件を探そうよ、タク。みんなをあっと驚かせるような事件。
Time to find another serial killer instead.
ああ、そのために作った新聞部だもんな。
Serica smiled again, the same way she always did. And Ito finally started to grin too.
今度は副部長に怒られない程度の事件にしとこうぜ。
わかってるよ。今回の件でさすがに懲りた。
Even Kazuki turned away from her game and gave me an agreement. Okay. Everything's great. Everything's done, right? Everything's resolved. Again, that's the atmosphere, I guess, but... It's obviously not. It's not over. Well, that night, I finally went back to the RV. Yui had finally calmed down and stopped being afraid at night. If Dad, Kurusu, and Yuto were there, she'd probably be fine. Her old friend Uki was there too.
やっぱりここは落ち着くな。
I sat in the chair and booted up my PC for the first time in a long while. My inbox was overflowing with spam. It was strange. They always used to annoy me, but now it felt like proof that I returned to my old life. All those newsletters. Of course, I deleted them all immediately, but they didn't piss me off like they used to.
さて。
Come to think of it, I've forgotten because of everything that happened, but... Gen had just sold me the latest edition of Cool Cat Press, and I hadn't touched it at all. Let's look at it, and it's a sumo sticker. And then we go insane and kill everyone, you know? As it turns out, Gen was the mastermind all along, oh no! I took it out from its hiding spot under my desk and started to flip through the pages. It felt like forever since I had done that, too.
1ヶ月目の恋人はどこまで許される？フレンチキス、それともディープキスまで OK。なあ、尾上、お前はどう思う？てか、うわあ!
Time to French kiss Serica then. I almost fell out of my chair. Serica was standing behind me, looking over my shoulder.
私としては1ヶ月とかあんまり関係ないと思うんだよね。
いやいやいや、そんなことよりお前いつの間に。
ドアの鍵かかってなかったから。
Never locks the door. Crap, I've been so busy reading that I hadn't noticed Serica.
だからって勝手に入ってくんな。ノックくらいしろよ。
でもノックは嫌かなと思って。
Yeah, you hate knocking. As it turns out, it freaks you out.
たく怖がるかなって。
She was right. If I heard knocking now, it might be bad for my heart. She might look like an airhead, but the nice thing about Serica was that you could always count on her to remember things like that.
いいか、繰り返すようだが、この本はいつもゲンさんに押し売りされてるんだ。僕が好んで買ってるわけじゃないからな。そのあたり勘違いするなよ。
I put my cool cat press back under the desk in a very cool manner, like a cool cat.
了解。のんちゃんには秘密にしとくね。
こら待て、僕はそういうこと言ってるんじゃないからな。
それでタコはどうなの？
何が？
だからキスはどこまで OK？
なんもしたこともないのにわかるか。
Serica suddenly pursed her lips unhappily.
タコってば忘れちゃったの？
Oh, did we kiss Erica a long time ago or something?
何をだ
That's how it always is, you know. In anime, we make this 10-year promise they could get married or something.
私としたのに、そのファーストキス。
何
Nani? I literally leapt out of my chair. I kissed Erica? When? Where? How? Why? According to Minamikata Kenji's column in Cool Cat Press, a girl's first kiss was more important to her than losing her virginity. I mean, depends on the girl, I guess. And that's why a guy who didn't remember his first kiss was a terrible man, Heat said. Of course.
まずい
I was sweating, unable to remember a thing, but Serica just laughed.
まあ許してあげるよ。幼稚園の頃の話だし。
ってそんな昔の話かよびっくりさせんな
And anyway, kisses in preschool didn't count? Probably. But when I told her so, Serica looked upset again.
それより何しに来たんだ家に帰ったんじゃないのか
そうなんだけど、なんか少し寂しくなっちゃって、タクの顔を見に来たの。
は
ほら、最近ずっとみんなで一緒にいたでしょ。もちろん怖い人に狙われたのはすごく嫌だったけど、それも仲間同士で助け合って乗り越えたって感じで。
Did we? What did we even do? We just literally all we did was hung out all day in a cafe and then go back to the clinic, and then apparently Yui might have saw, you know, the killer, quote unquote, and then shut the door and locked it, and that's it. That's all we did. You know, we didn't really overcome the odds or anything. I mean, I guess Takaru got scared because of a weird delusion, but then otherwise, you know, nothing really happened. But I don't know. There's no final confrontation or anything, so.
こういうこと言うとのんちゃんに怒られると思うから内緒だけど、私結構ドキドキしたよ。
そっか
Of course. I guess Serica loves the adrenaline, you know, she loves the danger.
タクはどうだった？
Living on the edge.
僕か僕はどうだろうわからないな
She suddenly leaned over, right on top of me, and reached a hand toward my computer. The sensation in my back was soft and warm. It was boobs. Yes. I didn't know how to react whenever she did something like this.
おい重いからどけって
重くないよ。失礼だな、君は。
Her white fingers gripped the mouse and she started to move it around.
部室でも言ったけど、私また新しい事件を探したいな。あ、これなんかどう？
Serica opened a site for explorers of abandoned buildings, a popular genre. Most of the articles were about people going to abandoned villages, factories, and mines. Bankrupt, empty amusement parks and department stores were also popular. They would write essays and upload photos. Some sites would also write about bloody urban legends involving the abandoned buildings or upload photographs of ghosts in them.
こういうのはやり尽くされてるしなあと廃墟への侵入って非合法だから学校の部活でやるのは無理だと思う
つまんないの。
Serica just wants that thrill again. That's all she wants. She's a junkie for danger. Serica moved away from me and then lay down the RV's bed. Then she yawned loudly.
ほら、そこで寝るなよ。
I turned around, but her eyelids were already closed.
早っ
I quickly stood up and shook her shoulders. Wake up!
おい、眠いんなら帰って寝ろよ。
今日は泊まってくからいい。
何言ってんだ。僕の寝る場所がなくなるだろ。
大丈夫。私 小さいからベッドで一緒に寝られるよ。
そんなわけいくか。
Just as I grabbed her by the arm and tried to lift her up,
あ、
my phone started to vibrate in my backpack. It kept going, so it probably wasn't an email or a text, but a phone call. I had no choice but leave Sarah on the bed while I went to answer it.
ん
I looked at the screen and saw the call was from Ito.
今頃なんだろう。新しい事件のネタでも見つけたのか。
I answered the phone.
もしもし、どうした伊藤。
アットちゃん見たか？
His voice was tense and anxious.
アットチャンネル？
とにかく見てみろ。ニュージェネ関連のスレならどこでもいい。
なんだよ一体。
I walked over to my PC, confused, and opened a channel. I decided to start by opening the news board. There were quite a few threads about the original and current New Generation Madness incidents. I couldn't believe my eyes. The page was filled with the names Minami Sawa Senri and Haida Riko. I could see the words burnt to death here and there too. Okay. So somehow the police information got leaked, or...
警察が犯人を公表したのか。
違う。読んでみるとわかるが、どっかから情報が漏れたらしい。
情報が漏れた。
who leaked it? I mean, the first suspect would be Shinjo, maybe? You know, he has like first-hand information. I don't know why he would leak it though. Second person being Mio. That's actually a likely suspect. You know, she does deal in information and she loves to like give this information freely. So it might have been her, or it could be just some other person, you know, in the police force somehow, just leaking the information, I guess. I opened up a thread and saw that yes, the police were still remaining silent. Okay, just gonna read it here a little bit. Astor of reproduction prohibited. I guess. I don't know, what was like at reproduction prohibited? I guess it's just something that everyone has. I guess only Astaroth is like the OP, you know, who has like a distinct name. Wonder who they are, but on the afternoon of 10/24, a temp worker named Haida Riko was found burned to death in her condo. Burned to death. Suicide after trouble at work? No. Says the suspect in return of New Generation Madness case. Possibility has false name. Damaged. Fake name. Sure the killer's Minami Sawa Senri? Someone let me know. And this is the security footage. Oh, what's this? Isn't that? Oh, that's an old photo. Oh, that was the photo that Kurusu gave us. Why is that on the internet? How'd they find that? Weird. How'd they find this? Did she get doxxed? I opened up a thread and saw that yes, the police were still remaining silent. So I guess this might have been like a public photo. You know, there's like a photo they took in, I guess, middle school. I think, maybe can't remember. Maybe the school had it or something. There was a picture of Adamuda I had seen of her on the security camera, and a photo of her when she was a student. Got buddies. Couldn't do this on his own, so she came from a religious orphanage. Be on the photo for me, with her friends there, doing this together. Crazy girls. Call here, Alba Clinic. No, we got doxxed. No. The girl in the photo was told him I took you girl was like that's a killer. And nothing else that she was helping and Nisawa hide. And then she's still out betting. She's a student council president, Hikko Cabinet, they're calling there too. Oh no. This is our phone number, we're getting doxxed. God damn it. Next thing we know, we're gonna get swatted or something. But well, Shinjo's there to like vouch for us, so probably that won't happen. There was a ton of weird information on Minami Sawa Senri with no source even given. Some of it said...
おい、なんだよこれ。
見つけたか？
くそ、情報弱者どもがろくに確かめもしないで何適当なこと書き込んでんだ。
I was angry because I saw Kurusu and Kawahara's names mixed in with the information on Minami Sawa Senri. The first idiot who posted it was probably an old classmate of theirs. The three of them were friends and always together. That information had nothing to do with the case. What were they thinking? And the irresponsible comments that came after were even worse. Another thread said that Minamisawa was live in Alba dorm and that Kurusu would visit her every day in her condo. This was crazy. There were even a few morons saying that Kurusu was an accomplice to the murders because she helped Minamisawa Senri stay hidden and the police were coming to arrest her. That was probably why her phone number has shown up on an interview site. Why is interview like highlighted? I mean, I know what an interview is, but like, telephone interview? Oh, okay. It's like an internet thing. Someone just enriches anger if I'm only doing just for fun because everyone else is doing it. Yeah. I guess that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna like I was gonna say photo bomb? That's not the right word. We're gonna like a telephone bombed. I guess. A bunch of people are just gonna call the clinic or whatever, digging information. Gonna troll us, oh no. When I saw that Kurusu's graduation photo was uploaded along with Senri's, I slammed my fists down onto the desk. Serika jumped up when she heard me yell.
切るぞ伊藤。クルスに電話してみる。
いや、俺も電話してみたがダメだった。副部長は電源を切ってる。
I hit my computer's power button and quickly headed for the door.
わかった。直接青葉寮行ってみる。
ああ、俺も行く。向こうで落ち合おう。
Well, it's us against the internet now, I guess. Ito hung up as well.
尾上、悪いがちょっと留守番しててくれ。
やだよ。のんちゃんに何かあったんでしょ。私も連れてって。
Serika followed after me as I ran out the door. I didn't have a choice, so the two of us ran toward Alba dorm. There were already several strange vans parked outside the dorm when we got there. Some people were already wandering around outside with video cameras.
マスゴミめ、もう来てんのか。いい加減にしろよ。
As I got close to Alba dorm, I could feel several sets of eyes upon me.
ねえ、ちょっといいかな。君らもしかしてここの子？
Several men who appeared to be reporters started to surround us.
はい。
Goddamn paparazzi. Just push them away, use your force powers, you know, just slam all the vans away, kill them all. Throw their bodies like rag dolls into the sun.
だからここに住んでる子？
違います。すみません。通してください。
じゃあ友達かな。クルスノノって子知ってる？
知りません。
I decided to lie. If I told them I knew Kurusu, I figured I wouldn't be able to take another step.
それじゃあさ、南沢千里っていう名前に心当たりはないかな。
ネットで見なかった。例の猟奇殺人の犯人らしいんだけどね。
だからほんと知らないです。僕たち青葉院に薬をもらいに来ただけですから。
Then I grabbed Serika's hand and started to run. I shook off the hands that tried to grab me and rang in the bell of the Alba clinic, not Alba dorm. I could hear several frustrated noises behind me. Maybe it was just because the police hadn't made their announcement yet, but even the media didn't seem to want to step in on the clinic's property. It would probably be considered trespassing. Soon I heard someone on the other side of the door.
僕だよ。尾上もいる。
I whispered and the door opened. I slid inside, the door was quickly closed again.
よ、おかえり。
Dad was standing in the front lobby, chuckling.
こんばんは、佐久間先生。なんか大変ですね。
まあな、こんなのは初めてだから、どうしていいのやら。
Dad scratched the back of his head.
クルスはどうしてる？
意外と言っちゃかわいそうだが、割と塞ぎ込んでる。あいつにしては珍しい。
I figured that Kurisu was like any other girl. She was either scared or depressed after what happened. But it hurt to hear that a strong-willed girl like her was down.
早く言ってやれ。タクルたちの顔を見れば、少しは元気になるだろ
う。うん。
はい。
Sarika and I ran up the stairs to the dorm. I could see her sitting on the dining table, or at the dining table, with her head drooping down. And past her, hiding in the kitchen, Yui and Yuto were looking on, worried. There was a cold cup of English breakfast tea on the table, and Uki was pacing around, wondering if she should make a new one.
ただいま。
こんばんは。
They all looked relieved to see me.
タクルに、セリカさん。よかった、来てくれて。
ああ。
I waved to Yui a little, then tried to talk to Kurisu.
大丈夫か、クルス。
Kurisu slowly looked up, as if she'd only just now realized we were here. Her tone made it obvious that she was trying to hide her shock.
心配して来てくれたの？ありがとう。
ああ、伊藤も来るってさ。
そう。そんなところに立ってないで座ったら。
そうだな。
Sarika and I sat across from her. Uki quickly brought us some tea.
クルスさん、お茶新しくしましょうか。いいわ。ありがとう。
Kurisu smiled and politely refused. Uki looked a little sad.
なあ、クルス。あんまり気にすんなよ。アットチャンネルなんて秋っぽいやつらばっかりだ。人の噂も75日とか言うけど、75日も持たない。多分1ヶ月もしないうちにみんな忘れると思う。だから、その間だけちょっと我慢すれば。
私のことはいいの。何を言われても別に構わないわ。でも私の大切な人たちや大切な家に迷惑がかかるのが許せない。
Her voice was shaking with sorrow. Yui and Yuto ran out from the kitchen and grabbed onto her from both sides.
平気だよ。私なら全然平気。僕も大丈夫だから。ゆうと。でも学校でいじめられたりしたら。そんなの気にならないよ。っていうか、ゆうをいじめるようなやつがいたら、私がただじゃおかないから。
That's what I'm worried about. I don't know if you can or Yui can deal with, you getting bullied all the time. I don't know. Especially with strangers on the internet having an interest in Nono's life now. I don't know. Anyway, Kurisu's eyes were wet with tears.
ごめんね。どうしてのの姉が謝るの？何も悪いことしてないのに。そうだよ。謝ることないよ、のんちゃん。
Everybody rushed to defend her, but that only seemed to make it worse. Looking at her made me feel angry. Where had the information leaked from? Why would information come out that made her look like an accomplice just because she was an old friend of the serial killer? It didn't make sense. It was crazy. And then I realized that something was wrong. I'd been so shocked by what had happened that I hadn't had time to think about it, but
なんかおかしくないか。
what doesn't make sense? Other than the fact that, this information got leaked out, which is weird, but other than that, I don't know. That channel was always looking for a new target to make a fuss over, and Minamisawa Senri fit the bill perfectly. But had there really been enough time for them to start focusing on Kurisu and Alba Dorm? Even for A channel, that was weird.
まるで誰かがそう仕向けてるような。
As soon as I had the thought, I froze. Someone set this up? Were they after Kurisu or maybe Alba Dorm?
それってどういうことだ？
Who would do that, and for what? What could they gain by going after Kurisu or Alba Dorm?
くそ、全然わからない。
I took the phone out of my pocket and dialed a number.
タク？どうしたの？
Everyone looked at me, surprised. I motioned for them to be quiet and stood up. I needed to move somewhere I wouldn't be overheard, so as not to worry Kurisu more. I hurried to my own room, then focused on the sound of the ringing phone.
早く出てくれよ。早く。
Who are we calling? After a long time, there was finally an answer.
ああ、宮代君、ちょうどよかった。今電話しようと。
Shinjo was in just as much of a hurry as I was. I cut him off and yelled.
どうしておかしな情報が漏れてるんです？
ネットの件か。今、サイバー対策課が調べてる。もう少し待ってくれ。それより、
警察から漏洩したんじゃないんですか？
それも含めて今調査中だ。
Shinjo sounded a little upset. He probably didn't want to think that any of his colleagues had leaked important information. Mio. He's looking at Mio. Mio, did you do anything?
君は今どこにいる？
青葉寮ですけど。
ちょうどよかった。いいか、よく聞け。これは君たちの命に関わる重大な話だ。
え？
Our lives were in danger?
俺も君たちも大変な勘違いをしていたんだ。皮肉な話だが、ネットに情報が漏れたおかげで判明した。
A mistake?
君や有村さんを襲ったパイロキネシスト。あれは南沢千里じゃなかった。
Nani? My eyes went wide as I stood there in shock. I mean, I had a feeling that was the case, but, well, we'll see. My grip on my phone tightened.
南沢千里じゃなかった。
But he mentioned when, well, let's see, because I'm thinking like, that time she attacked us, we did see clearly her face, right? But was it a different person?
あ、
じゃあ誰なんです？
灰田理子だ。
Haida Rico.
はあ？それって偽名じゃ。
そう。俺たちは灰田理子というのが偽名で、偽の身元だとばかり思っていた。でも、ネット上に彼女を実際に知っているという情報がいくつも書き込まれているのを見つけたんだ。最初はただのデマだと思ったんだが、一応その書き込みをもとに彼女の故郷と言われる場所を地元警察に洗ってもらった。その結果、灰田理子の実在が確認された。
そんな。
マンションで見つかった焼死体の歯の治療痕も地元の歯科医の記録と完全に一致した。間違いない。
Okay, so Haida Rico was someone else. That wasn't Minamisawa Senri. Then, okay, so I'm thinking back to the video where supposedly Minamisawa Senri went into the condo, right? Or at least the front lobby with the rebar. Were they making the wrong assumption that it was Haidoriko in that case? So it wasn't Haidoriko, it was someone else. Or rather, it was Minami. And we just never saw Haidoriko. Haidoriko is just some other person we just never saw, I guess. Is that it?
俺たちが南沢千里だと決めつけていたパイロキネシストはハイダリコという全くの別人だったんだよ。
Or is it the other way around? I don't know. Huh? I'm actually a little bit confused.
ちょっと待ってください。
I mean, who's Rico and who's Senri then? So, okay, so the person who attacked us with the long hair, that was Rico, I guess? And she just looks very similar to, like, Senri? And we were mistaken, maybe? Oh. I moved the phone away from my ear so I could think for a second. That means I'm mistaken, because I always assumed that this person was Senri, just by looking at her, like, pink hair. But maybe it wasn't? Maybe it was, like, another person? Rico, I guess? But then who was burnt to death? Was it Rico or was it Senri? Or maybe Senri has never existed and she actually died in that earthquake. I don't know. Anyway, that woman wasn't Minamisawa Senri? Then did the real Minamisawa die in the Shibuya earthquake like Kurusu said?
それならどうして僕は狙われたんだ。
I'd never known a woman named Haida Riko. I've never met her or even heard the name before. I couldn't think of any reason why she'd come after me. What was she doing with Minamisawa Senri's ID card then? I couldn't think straight. I kept coming with new questions.
もしもし、宮代君、聞いてるか？
はい。
I put the phone back to my ear when I heard the panic in his voice.
さっきハイダリコの検視結果がようやく出た。死亡推定時刻は10月23日の未明から昼頃にかけてだ。
Well, there you go. I mean, that confirms it. That she did die on the suspected time, on the expected time anyway.
10月23日
So the new generation madness killings continue.
そうだ。その時間帯に彼女はすでに死んでいた。
でも23日の夜僕はカフェで襲われたんですよ。
No, that was a delusion, Takaru. I mean, come on. Can't you tell? It's easy to
これは
tell.
久野里さんの説だが、君を襲ったのはハイダリコ本人じゃない。多分別の能力者がハイダリコの妄想を君に見せただけだ。それしか説明がつかない。
Yeah, I mean, there you go.
別の能力者
I felt a cold, sticky sweat on my forehead. Another psychic. I'd suspected it many times, but in the end, I discarded the possibility. That's why I thought this was all over. Well, evidently not.
ハイダリコの頭部はかなり損壊していて、すぐにわからなかったんだが、脳に肥大化の痕跡が発見された。猟奇殺人の他の被害者と全く同じだ。
Mm-hmm.
おそらく彼女は思考を操られ、自分で自分を串刺しにした挙句、さらに自身の体を燃やしたんだ。この異常な手口も他の被害者と共通している。
Yeah, I mean, they even use the word mind control. That was my, my theory. So they just somehow getting mind controlled and killing themselves. Though it's not exactly mind control, I imagine, but same idea.
じゃあ真犯人は10月23日に能力者であるハイダリコを惨殺したということになる。
そうだ。スケジュール通りにな。
ってことは
I was too scared to say what came next. Shinjo said it for me.
ニュージェネの狂気の再来は23日で途切れてなんかいなかったんだ。事件はまだ続いている。
Dun dun dun. Okay. Today was October 28th. If the murders weren't over...
気をつけろ、宮代君。多分誰かが狙われてる。
I felt like every hair on my body was standing up on end. I imagined a hand reaching out from somewhere and putting a cold blade to my neck.
新庄さん、僕たちどうしたら。
とにかく一人になるな。君のところに今後輩を向かわせてる。俺は有村さんの家へ行って彼女を保護する。その足で君らのところへ向かうから。いいね。
はい、お願いします。
Thank you, Shinjo. You're like the only good person here. Like the only like good adult, I guess, is like on our side. I think probably. I mean, unless there's a giant plot twist in the end that turns out Shinjo was the mastermind. Everyone's the mastermind, you know. You can't help but suspect everyone, I guess. Well, I hung up, jammed the phone into my pocket, and ran out of the room. My legs were trembling, and I almost tripped several times. When I got to the dining room, Kurusu and Saraka were folding everyone's laundry. Yes.
何かしていないとつい悪いことばかり考えてしまって。
Hey guys, turns out the killer is still out there and we're in danger, so well. Kurusu forced herself to smile as she looked at me. But she must have seen the look on my face because her smile faded instantly.
どうかしたの？タク？
ユイたちはどうした？
I couldn't see Yui, Yuto, or Uki.
ウキちゃんと一緒に佐久間先生のお手伝い。今日はもう委員を閉めるんでお掃除をしに下へ行ったよ。
そっか。
Dad had probably figured that with all the media outside, he wouldn't get any work done today, so he must have decided to close up early. I looked out the curtain and saw that the street was filled with vans. None of them showed any sign of leaving. But whether this was fair or not, even though I'd hated them a moment ago, I now felt glad they were there. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah. Probably the more witnesses there are, less likely the killer would just come in and kill us all, I guess. But even then, well, I don't know. They can just mind control us? That's the idea, right? So, if they just mind control us from the outside, you know, it won't help how many witnesses we have. Oh, with this many people, no matter who they were, the killer won't be able to get at us easily. I went to close the curtain and saw there was some kind of commotion going on outside. The window glass was too thick for me to hear, but something must have happened while I was on the phone.
尾上、クルスのこと頼む。何があっても絶対にそばを離れないでやってくれ。絶対にだぞ。
ねえタクル、何かあったのなら教えて。
後でちゃんと話すから。とにかく任せたぞ、尾上。オッケ
ー。These two weren't psychics, so they were probably safe. But it was best to be sure. I ran down the stairs to the clinic. You know, I mean, that's a bold assumption. You know, like, I mean, obviously they won't be the main victims, but, you know, if they really wanted to kill you, they could probably just take them hostage, you know, and then lead you into a trap and then murder you or something. I don't know, something like that. Anyway, I could see Uki and Yuto cleaning up the equipment in the exam room.
父さんとユイは。
父さん、外でマスコミの人と喧嘩してる。
Yes, he's just starting to just punch everyone, you know, giving everyone a good right hook.
喧嘩？
Literally just suplexing everyone.
はい。委員の窓から中を隠し撮りしようとした人がいたんです。それで佐久間先生が怒って外へ。
I listened carefully, and sure enough, I could hear Dad arguing with what sounded like a reporter.
ユイも父さんと一緒なのか？
え、お姉ちゃん？
You and Yuki look confused.
お姉ちゃんならさっきタクル兄ちゃんのところへ行ったでしょ？
Huh? Where is she?
何？
We just missed each other? Yui went to find me?
いや、来てないぞ。
でも確かに寮へ上がっていきました。
そんなバカな。
Weird, okay. I turned around and ran back up the stairs to the dorm.
ユイどこだユイ
But I couldn't find her no matter where I looked. She wasn't in her room or the bath or the toilet. I looked everywhere. After I looked everywhere I could, I finally decided to check the dorm's emergency exit and shivered as I saw that the inside latch was undone. Emergency exit? I didn't know about that.
いつもきちんと鍵がかかってるはずなのに
Did she go outside? Why? I could feel my heart pounding with terror as I ran back into the clinic.
やっぱりどこにもいない
そんなはずないよ。さっき伊藤さんが来て。
伊藤
はいそれでゆいさんは伊藤さんと上へ行ったんです。
伊藤と一緒なんだな
Shinji.
一人じゃなくてそうか
I breathed a small sigh of relief, but it still doesn't explain why she's disappeared, though. Maybe Shinji's the mastermind, I don't know. It's not the first time a Shinji became a villain. If it was just Yui, she might have been in danger, but if she wasn't alone, it wouldn't be easy for someone to attack her.
とにかく伊藤に電話してみる
As I took out my phone, Sarika and Kurusu came into the room. They were worried. They looked even more worried when I told them that Ito and Yui had vanished.
ゆいと伊藤くんがどこ行っちゃったんだろ
もしもし伊藤が
んああ、宮代。
お前どこにいるんだ
どこってコンビニから帰るところだよ。買い出ししてきたんだ。
Oh, okay. Ito's voice was the same as ever. They went shopping?
一緒なのか
Is that what it was?
そばにいるけど。
Okay, so nothing happened. They just went
そうか
to the convenience store. I felt relieved but screamed into the phone anyway.
お前なコンビニに行くなら誰かに断ってからにしろよユイまで連れ出してみんな心配してんだぞ
確かにそうだったな。悪い悪い。
とにかく急いで戻ってきてくれユイが危険かもしれないんだ
それなら大丈夫だろう。ゆいちゃんに何かあったら、俺が手術して治してやるからさ。
What? Nani?
は